Welcome back to a Flippin' Mess reselling channel. Today we're going to go over my sales for the week of July 30th. It was a better week this week than the week before. Not great, but better. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go over are eBay sales. So I sold this Sutton cashmere turtleneck sweater. It was vintage for $14, and I paid $1.69 at Goodwill. And just a side note, a lot of times with cashmere, it doesn't matter what brand it is, it will still sell if it's in good condition and a current looking style. So if I can pick it up as low as $1.69, I will, no matter what the brand is. I sold this Eddie Bauer hoodie for $35.90. I paid $8.49 at Goodwill for that. And it sold pretty quickly too. I sold a pair of BD jeans that I have had forever. They sold for $10. Really not quite sure what I paid for them, but I know I wouldn't pay much for BDG. So just for estimate purposes, I put $6, which is probably higher than I actually paid. I sold a Patagonia dress for $15 and I paid $7.57. I took it because the offer came in almost immediately after listing it, and I needed things to get rolling in the store. So I went ahead and took the offer. I sold a pair of J. Crew espadrilles. Now, I don't know why these took so long to sell. A lot of times J. Crew shoes do very well for me, and I thought they were really cute, but for some reason they weren't selling. So I went in and I tweaked the listing a little bit, and they sold. They sold for $23.96, but I paid $11.99. So I probably won't pick that style up in the future. I sold a pair of new without box Clark's heels for $25. I paid $5.75. So again, a lot of times if you watch my haul videos, I will pick up Clark's, but I try not to pay much for them because they don't go for a high dollar amount, but they sell consistently. So it is a good brand with a lot of brand recognition. And I think most people that wear it know their shoe size, so they're not as worried about ordering it online. So it will sell and sell quickly. It just doesn't go for a lot of money. I sold the fake cherry pie. I took a low offer on this. I probably shouldn't have because I haven't even had it listed, I think, a week at this point. I took the offer of $15, but I only paid $3.75. Knew that cherry pie costs $200 and some dollars. I don't remember the exact amount. So they're very expensive new, but I'm not sure what the market is for used, so I went ahead and took the offer. I sold a Bowden dress for $27.90. I paid $6. I sold a pair of Allen Edmonds double monk strap shoes for $40. I paid $11.99. Was hoping to get a little more for those, but I had the offer and I'm trying to keep things moving in my store, so my house isn't like a warehouse. I sold the pair of Gap selvage jeans that I showed a week or two ago. They sold pretty quick. They sold for $40 and I paid $5.25. I sold a Tory Richards Hawaiian style shirt for $18. I paid $8.49. I've really slowed down on picking up men's dress shirts. There's just a lot of competition in that market. And around here, unless it's like the Goodwill 75% off sale, it's hard to get them for even less than $8. And most of them sell for like $14 to $20, most in the $14 to $18 range. So I still look at them just in case there's some outstanding piece, but I've really slowed down on picking those up. I sold an Adidas skirt for $15.88. I paid $4.99. Funny thing about this is it sold on eBay right after I included it in my whatnot sale for this Wednesday. And it's been in eBay for forever, so I don't know what prompted it to sell. I sold a Zaya Active sports bra for $10. I took the offer on it. I only paid $3.99 for it. I sold in a pair of Adidas tearaway snap-up pants for $21, and I paid $2.13. And they had some wear on the buttons. The buttons were, or the snaps were supposed to be black, but a lot of the metal was showing through on those, or I might have been able to get even more. I sold a Nike hoodie, new with tags, for $46.65, and I only paid $13.20 for that at the Nike outlet. I love picking up hoodies and sweatshirts when they mark them down to $15 or less, because they don't sell super fast, but they eventually always sell, and they sell for good money. I sold a pair of Bourne sandals for $30.50. I paid $6.99. I sold the pair of Eileen Fisher sandals that I just showed last week in the video, haul video, for $30. I paid $9. I sold the Thursday boots that I showed in a haul video for $90. I paid $25.99. Those actually did a little better than I thought they would. I sold a Title IX skirt. This again was a piece I just added to a Whatnot sale, and then it turned around and sold on eBay for $16.05, and I paid $6.99. I sold an Angel of the North sweater for $16. I paid $4.99. This kind of shows, that's not bad, 16 to 5 really, but it's why I've slowed down a lot on picking up the plainer kind of anthropology pieces, because most of the time now it seems like it's hard to even get $20 for it. There are some pieces that still go for a high dollar amount, but you need to be careful with those. I sold a Levi's well-tread vest for $41.01. I paid $21 for that at Ross and clearance. Now the buyer always pays shipping, so I came out okay on it, but not really great for putting $21 into the purchase. I sold a crystal cut glass and silver pitcher for $50. I paid $14.99. I've had it for a while, but not probably 6 months or less. So for a hard good, sometimes those do take longer to sell because you're looking for just the right person that wants that particular style or that item. So they don't sell as quickly generally, but they're high profit items. I sold this pair of Lululemon running shorts for $30. I paid $4.99. Those sold within 24 hours of listing, and they were Barbie pink. I sold a little carved hand-painted wood cat for $15.20. I paid $1 for it. If you don't know, these kinds of folk art pieces, even tiny ones, can go for really good money. This one wasn't as fancy as a lot of them. That's why I priced it originally at like $18, and then I think I had a sale or I took an offer for $15.20. I sold a Calvin Klein dress for $20. I paid $7.50. Calvin Klein, there have been points where it does really well for me and points where it sits forever. And lately it's been sitting forever, so I was glad to see that particular dress go. I sold a pair of Nike downshifter shoes. They were new without box for $37.30, and I paid $9.99. I sold a Johnny O shirt button up for $10. I paid $4.99. Johnny O, certain pieces do go for a high dollar amount, but if it's more plain or just a standard dress shirt, you're $10 to $16 on those. So again, I've slowed down on those, but occasionally I will pick them up retail arbitrage if they're in clearance somewhere, because they do better if they're new with tags. I sold the Crocs pair of slides for $29.65. I paid $9.58. Those also sold within a few days of being listed. I sold a pair of Allen Edmond loafers for $35. I paid $12.99. Now the Allen Edmonds, if you're a reseller, you can let me know how it's going for you. For me, I used to always get over 50 for Allen Edmonds, and sometimes, you know, close to 100. Lately, it seems like it's really dropped. So it's like $35 to $49 seems to be all I can get. I sold a pair of Rag & Bone Dre Capri jeans for $16. I paid $6.99. And I sold a Madewell dress for $14.88, and I paid $4.99. Madewell's another brand. It has good brand recognition, but you have to be really careful on the styles you pick up. And I've pretty much quit picking up their dresses, even when I think they're cute, because they're under $20 usually for me. There are certain jeans that still go for a decent amount, but a lot of the ones I find are the high-rise skinny, and those are just sitting in my store. So I've been passing them up lately. Okay, on to Poshmark. Oh, my total for eBay was $839.88 in sales this week, with a cost of goods of $245.50. Okay, then on Poshmark, I sold this Chico's jumpsuit. I took an offer for $20, which was way less than I wanted. I was hoping to get $40 for it, but I only paid $12.99. And the reason I took the offer was it was either extra small or extra small, which is really hard to move. So I figured I better take the offer while I have it. I sold a pair of Levi's 505 jeans for $13. I paid $6. I sold a pair of Rock Revival straight jeans. Love selling Rock Revival. Sold for $45, and I paid $8.49 at Goodwill. Took me a while to get these listed, so I don't remember if I hauled them or if they were before I started YouTube. But in one day I bought 3 or 4 pairs at Goodwill. I had to pay full retail at Goodwill for them, $8.49 each, but so far 2 of them have sold for $45. I also sold this Polish Pottery Bear. Now, I know I say this all the time, but I do love hard goods, even though they take a while to sell. The Polish Bear sold for $45, and I paid $12. And even though it's breakable, those little things are pretty easy to ship. I sold the kids' pair of Hunter boots in Barbie pink for $18. I paid $4.99 at Goodwill. Those also sold really fast. I sold this pair of Fly London shoes. I love finding Fly London, especially when it's in good shape. They sold for $55. I paid $15.99. And I sold a pair of Michael Kors espadrille sandals for $27, and I paid $4.22. So on Poshmark, my totals were $223 in sales and $64.68 in cost of goods. Mercari, I had 3 sales this week. I sold a pair of Cole Haan Oxfords for $23. I paid $9. I sold, this was a bad sell, but I was starting to think maybe it was a bad style or buy that nobody wanted, so I took the offer. It was a Nike Air Max, new in box, but it was a replacement box from the Nike outlet. And that's why I didn't try to move them on Amazon, because I don't want to take any risks there. So I sold them for $43, but I paid $32.40. So by the time I factor in fees, I may have very well lost money on that. But sometimes I will just to sell something and move it, because I hadn't had any interest in those shoes at all, and my buy cost was higher, so at least this way I got the money back and I can make a smarter decision on what I buy in the future. I sold a pair of Geox loafers for $33, and I paid $10.99. So that's $99 in sales there and $52.39 in cost of goods. And probably pretty soon I will start including whatnot in my totals, but just to give you an idea, this week I had less items for sale, but I netted $65 on the things that I did sell. So every week it's consistently going up. So I'm enjoying whatnot. A little worried that I may have to at least put it on hold when school starts, because I'm gonna go back to teaching, and on top of that, I'm taking 2 classes going towards my certification and a master's degree. And those classes, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be on a screen 2 nights a week because it's synchronous, which I wish it wasn't, but it is. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue whatnot, at least during the first quarter of the school year, but we'll see. I'm gonna try. I may just have to move the nights or something. But anyway, whatnot is doing better and better for me. This week, if you'd like to join whatnot, I may try to broadcast it on YouTube too, but you can't bid through YouTube. I will be selling women's and men's activewear this week instead of just women's. and that'll be Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Whatnot app. And then on Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, I have a jewelry sale on Whatnot. So this will only be my second jewelry sale on Whatnot. Hopefully it goes well. If you're interested, please join. There's sterling silver, vintage jewelry, and modern fashion jewelry. Okay, so this week without Whatnot or Amazon, my total was $1,161.88 in sales. My cost of goods was $371.59. So that brings me to $790.29. I factor the fees in at 20%, even though, like I explain every week, my fees range from 9 to 20%. So 20% is on the high end. Figuring 20%, it was $232.38 in fees. And that brings me to a net of $557.99. And that's up $190 from last week. So it's a better week. I hope it continues to grow with back to school season and people starting to think about fall and winter clothes, because I've been picking up a ton of boots. So my sales should be good once I can sell those things. Thank you for joining. If you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a haul video soon from Goodwill 75% off sale, and sharing some of the things I picked up from Nordstrom Rack for retail arbitrage. Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.